Hey guys, RedRiver TV here. I'm Janelle.
And I'm Kevin.
So the big question that we have, that everybody has, that everybody in the nation has, where do we go from here?
Yep, that's right.
That is the question. And first of all, we want to speak to those that are feeling discouragement. You're thinking, well, where do we go from here? What are we supposed to do? We've just come out of what many believe to be an incredibly rigged election. We have many that have said, what's the point of me voting? We have many that have said, well, just let America go. Maybe the voters deserve what they have. Maybe they deserve what they get. I have had all kinds of responses that's been sent to me. And we want to encourage you in this video that because there is a change of hands, does not mean that we simply scatter and disappear. That's not what we plan on doing here. We remain standing. We remain in the fight. As many of you know, we started during the Obama era. It wasn't the best time to start, particularly in the area of media. But it taught us a lot about standing even when things are going the complete opposite direction than maybe what you would, like to see the nation going. And so we want to encourage those of you that are out there that are discouraged and you're thinking, well, what are we supposed to do? We're going to have to learn, number one, we're going to have to learn how to move in different ways. We aren't going to sit here and pretend, you guys, that we have all of these new answers for you, okay? No. Or that we have all these new solutions that's going to solve
the answers and solutions are going to become apparent as we continue to move.
Exactly.
And we'll have to figure out new ways to communicate, and we're figuring out new ways to communicate as we speak right now. Patriots, across the tech sector, patriots in all different sectors of the economy are figuring out new ways to maneuver around the discrimination that we're facing as conservatives, as folks on the right, or as Trump supporters.
Absolutely. And so we're not here to give you this raw, Riri speech where it's like, okay, everything is going to be great and no, we are here to tell you the truth that we are in a war and the war is real. But I encourage you, this is not the time to say, well, I'm just done. I'm not going to vote. Absolutely not. This is a time where we continue to fight on our knees. We continue to remain looking up to God, who is our present help. If there's any message, you guys, that we want to send to you today, it is continue to look up. God is our ever-present help. We don't have to, we may never know why all of these things have happened and why this was allowed and that was allowed and all these different questions that everyone has. But I know this, my peace is found when I continue to look up. We're not going to look to the next conspiracy theory to get us out of this. We're not going to look to the next 4 years of who's the next Republican president that can get us out of this. Yeah. I think that's part of our problem, you guys, is that we're not viewing the war sometimes correctly and knowing that there is a light against darkness element that is happening. Are we the dark side or are we the light side? And so we want to encourage you, remain in the fight. Begin to ask God to give you more strategy on how to continue moving forward. Now, as a nation, we are an ingenuitive people. That is absolutely true. It does not matter what time in history, what calamity came upon this nation, what war we were in, it didn't matter. Ingenuity has always been a driven factor in this country. Why? Because we are allowed to be ingenuitive. And if we want to keep those freedoms, if we want to keep those liberties individually to be able to create wealth and to be able to start new things, we must remain in this fight. Now, if that's not what you wanted to hear today, I apologize, but that's the message that we have. We want to encourage you to stay in the fight. Now, as far as RedRiver TV, we have no intentions of going anywhere at this point. We have always evaluated the platform that God has given us here, and we have asked the Lord to show us if it, hey, is our time ended here? Do we need to stop? Do we need to pull out of this? What do we need to do? And if God instructs us to do that, we will do that. But until He does, we're going to remain here on Facebook. We will remain on Instagram. We will remain on YouTube. We're going to remain in all the places that we've been and probably some new platforms as well, which we will share with you. But we have no intentions, you guys, of just simply backing up. If anything, they're going to have to force us to leave at this point.
Absolutely.
We're just going to have to. And so we're going to stay in the fight and we're going to continue. Now, as far as video content, how will we continue to do that? We are really looking at new ways of getting information to you. You guys know that that's a big part of what we do. It's information. We're literally just posting information for you, the viewer, the reader. You can respond to that information that we post any way that you want. And then we have, our video content. And that's the part where we are looking for more creativity at this point of how can we take the truth and begin to convey that truth to our followers in a new way. And so that's what we're looking at doing. So, you have anything you wanted to add to this?
Yeah, I wanted to also add that, they're like my wife said before, there's not going to be some white knight that comes in. There's not going to be some secretive figure on the internet feeding you information that's going to be telling you what you need to do. We are the patriots. Mm-hmm. We are the people that are going to save this nation. We are going to be the people who are going to be the remnant that's going to push back against this darkness. Mm-hmm. And we are headed for some dark times. Mm-hmm. I think that 2021 is going to make 2020 look like a cakewalk. Mm-hmm. And I know that can be a little discouraging for people, but this time isn't for summer soldiers. Mm-hmm. And liberty was never promised mm-hmm. easily. Mm-hmm. It was always told that there was going to be a fight for liberty, for freedom. Mm-hmm. Because it's worth fighting for. Absolutely. So as we move into this new time, we're on all the different things. We're on Parler, we're on Parler, we're on Mind, we're on BitChute. We are on alternative platforms. And yes, Facebook will have to kick us off mm-hmm. because we're not going anywhere. Absolutely. So as we head into a Biden administration, he was just inaugurated today. Mm-hmm. We intend to double down on the fight mm-hmm. for liberty at RedRiver TV. And we hope you'll come with us. Absolutely. And we want to thank you that have followed our content, that have supported us, that have sent us personal messages saying that, hey, we're praying for your family. Guys, we really appreciate that. We really want you to know that. Some of you have been following our content since we moved from Texas. Some of you were here even before we even got back to Oklahoma. You were here and you were watching our content. We absolutely appreciate you. All of you that have followed our content, all of you that have supported us. And we are asking for you to continue to support us and to continue to give us a chance to bring the truth forth in any way possible at this point. And so you guys know, we are not the kind of people that's going to get on here and give you a pat on the back and say, well, everything's going to get better. We're going to be truthful, but we are also going to release a sound of freedom from this platform. And we're going to release a sound that we're not going to give up on this platform. I don't care what comes in the next several years. But I do want you to know, continue to look up. Continue to look up. Continue to look up. And regroup. Regroup with your family, regroup with the people that are closest to you, and begin to hear what are your instructions as we now move forward. And I guarantee you, I think we're going to see some surprising things. I think there's going to be some hard things, as my husband stated, but I believe we're going to see some things that are going to surprise us, both within ourselves and in the nation. So that's our message to you guys. Do not give up, stand. If anything else remains, it will be us standing. You guys take care.